I want them to look deeper into. I want a full autopsy done. This is why I really came down.
Okay.
They did a preliminary.
Okay. Right.
I want a full one done because this, from my understanding, they said internal bleeding. I feel as if my child was internally bleeding for a while. What do you mean? What?
I'm just telling you. That's what the doctor's saying. It's not a scratch.
My baby. My
okay.
Baby. My baby.
This is Asia Rosier. She's being questioned on why her daughter Jewel had broken ribs, internal bleeding, and a damaged liver. Let's see what she had to say. Every image in this video is directly from the crime scene.
Right.
But you were trying to tell me that you thought it was something other than asthma, and it was some other kind of medical condition.
Right.
Okay. That's absolutely not the case. Okay. It had nothing to do with anything natural. Okay.
How is that possible? She had been sick for so long.
I know she's been sick, but she had some very horrible injuries to her. And listen, it was nothing natural. You're Jewel's mom. You need to stick up for her, okay? Jewel was hurt. She had there were several bruises and abrasions on her, okay?
What is abrasion?
Well, like little cuts to the skin and stuff like that. She had bruises on her head. She had some bruising on her head. She had some bruising on her butt, some bruises on her back. And there was one bruise there was noted too. Okay? The one on the side of her head right there.
Her sister did it.
What's that?
Her sister did it. My baby.
Well,
scratched her.
That's not a scratch according to the doctor, okay?
Well, what is that?
He's saying it is a bruise as a result of being hit with something, okay? He said that's definitely not a scratch.
What do you mean? What?
I'm just telling you, that's what the doctor's saying. It's not a scratch.
My baby, my
okay?
baby, my baby. Oh! Oh!
Asia, listen to me for a minute. There was this injury to her abdomen. She had an injury here. Do you remember the other day when you told me you felt like she was passing in the night and was bleeding internally?
I didn't tell you she was bleeding internally. Y'all told me she was bleeding internally.
Yeah, but you told me you thought she was passing during the night.
Because when we was at the hospital, the only reason I said that is because the hospital, the doctor that worked on her at the hospital said her lungs had shut down first. I'm telling you, this is what he told me.
Okay.
And her dad.
And
he said that
right.
her lungs had shut down first, and then the brain wasn't getting something from the heart, so the heart stopped. Something like that. That's how he said it. At first, when she passed.
Right. And what we talked about when you came in was true. That's what the doctor said. She was bleeding internally.
How?
Okay.
I don't understand this. Like, I don't understand.
Okay.
Like,
let me try to explain to you, okay?
What happened? I need to know what happened.
Okay, I'm going to try to explain that to you, okay? The injury that happened here in the abdomen, it basically ruptured her liver.
What?
It ruptured her liver.
And like, I don't even know what to say. I don't understand.
Well, so when that happened, it damaged other internal organs and she started bleeding. She was bleeding internally.
So you basically saying somebody hit her?
Yes.
How long was she bleeding?
Several hours.
It doesn't make sense because when I picked her up from her grandma's house.
I agree with you. I don't think anything happened at grandma's house.
Nothing happened home either.
Because listen to me for a minute. There's no way with the injury she had that she would have been able to been up and walking around. It was. He said it wasn't possible.
How?
I'm just telling you what the doctor's telling me. Okay, that's what you want to know, the injuries.
I
That's what I'm
understand that, but
explaining
I'm
to
saying
you.
what I'm saying. I don't understand because when I picked her up, like I told you, I picked her up. She took a bath. She went through the throwing up and boo-booing, and she got off the toilet and was dizzy.
Okay.
And when she was dizzy, she didn't fall down. I didn't let her fall down.
Okay.
But nothing happened.
But what the doctor's saying is there's no way that she would have been acting normally, being able to walk around and
that's
play
what I would have thought if when y'all
with the injuries she had. It wouldn't be possible. Okay.
So how can they say this didn't happen? Right? Like when he has to give a time. He has to say
What do you mean he has to give it time?
something.
Listen to what I'm saying. Okay, listen to what I'm saying. There's no way she could have went to school. There's no way she could have been at grandma's house and been okay. Okay. She couldn't have walked around and been acting normally with the injuries she had. Okay. I'll show you this. This is a liver. Okay. You see the color and the shape of it and everything. Okay. That's Jewel's liver. You see what I'm talking about? How it was damaged? Asia, do you see the difference in the color? You see the difference in the color is what I'm talking about? Okay. Do you know why that's that way? Because all the blood had drained out. She was bleeding.
My baby, my baby, my baby.
This is what the impact on her abdomen caused of her liver.
I don't understand. Like, what I'm telling you is I don't know what happened. I didn't touch my baby. I don't even hit my baby.
Okay.
I don't touch my baby.
Someone did.
And that's what I want to know. And how, when we got home.
I know when you got home.
So, just for clarity, Jewel was at her grandma's house the day before. Asia picks her up, and that night, Jewel is throwing up. She goes to bed, and in the morning, she's unresponsive. Now, I made a detailed true crime video on this story, so you can go check that out on my other channel. Link is in the description. She's also going to mention Jumar. Jumar is her boyfriend, and he was in the house at the time. Right now, she's denying where all these injuries came from.
It had to happen at your house, is what I'm telling you.
How?
I'm telling you.
How?
It happened at your house because it didn't happen. It didn't happen at Tiffany's. It didn't happen at school.
How can they say that? How can they say it didn't happen in her grandma's house? I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
But did you hear what I said? She couldn't have been up walking around and acting normally with the type of injuries that I've showed you she had. It wouldn't be possible. She would have been in severe pain.
Exactly. From that, hell
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, that's
But
what
I'm
telling
saying
you.
is how, when, what? Like, I don't understand. They saying hours. I don't understand. Like, he have to tell me more than what he telling me. This not enough. This not enough. This not enough information. Like, I don't understand. Like, when this happened, what happened, where the fuck was I?
Hey, you need to tell me what happened because of it.
Nothing. And what I'm telling you is I don't understand because nothing happened when my baby got home. I told you what happened. She took a bath.
I know.
When she took a bath, she said her stomach was hurting and she said she had the boo-boo.
Okay, I know. Something happened that night. Okay.
How you gonna sit here and tell me something happened? Nothing happened. I didn't touch my child.
Okay, who did?
Nobody. You think I let somebody touch my child? Are you serious?
Jamar was at the house all night.
Yeah, he was at the house, but he didn't touch. I wouldn't let him touch my child. Why would he do? Jamar not even that type of person. Why would he do this?
That's one. Why? I don't know why.
He would never. And then you say that she was hit with something. When? How? What the fuck?
Well,
hit with what?
That's a little bit older than this, obviously. That particular injury there is. But I mean, it was documented that was an injury, and The doctor.
This, my baby had this on her before she passed.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
And she told me her sister scratched her. That's what Jewel told me.
Okay. Well, the doctor doesn't necessarily believe that. So I'm just
telling you what she told me.
That's nothing compared to
right.
Here.
That's what I'm on that.
Okay. And then the broken ribs.
And by the way, Jamal's interview, I have that too. I'll be posting that tomorrow. Anyway, let's get back to it.
How?
Okay.
What did the EMTs do on her? What did these doctors do on her? What did all these other people do on her that y'all excluding out?
We're not excluding.
Because what did the EMT do on her that morning when they were at my house? Did they do CPR?
Yeah. They did do CPR. They did all they could do.
Okay.
And they did CPR at the hospital.
So is that what broke her ribs?
No. The doctor can say specifically that is not what broke her ribs.
I don't understand. Somebody's not telling me something. All I know is what I done told y'all. Why would I sit here and lie about anything? This is my child.
I understand that.
This is my child who I cherish dearly. So why would
you're
I
her mother.
Exactly.
It's your job to protect her.
And I did the best I could. I never let nobody put their hands on her. Never. I never.
Asia, something happened that night you're not telling me.
Something
happened that night.
How am I not telling you something?
Because something happened.
No.
Oh, okay, listen to me for a minute. Everything you did the next morning makes no sense. Okay?
What do you mean?
You called up Children First and said she was going to be an hour late.
I never told them she was going to be an hour late. That's a lie. They have nothing, records of me calling saying nothing about she going to be an hour late. When I sat down on the phone that morning and made that phone call, the lady told me to bring my baby in right away. That was 10:12 when I left the Department of Children and Families.
No.
And went home. Well, what did you talk about?
You're confusing.
Yeah, because you're confusing me.
The day school, the daycare where she went to school.
She was going to be an hour late because I had to go to my meeting. I thought Jill was going to be okay when she got up out her sleep. That's why I called Children's First. I called Children's First. My meeting was at 8. Jill has to be to school at 8. I called both of my kids' school and told them they was going to be an hour late because my meeting was supposed to be an hour from 8 to 9. Okay. So if both of them have to be to school at 8, that's why I did that. Which I didn't even tell you that, I forgot to tell you that so much had been going on. I forgot to tell that didn't concern me at the time.
And remember you told me the other day that you got Jewel up that morning and gave her treatment. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Was she responsive then? I
physically myself didn't get her machine.
That morning you didn't?
No. Jemiah had her machine. If I'm not mistaken, Jewel didn't have her machine.
So Jewel didn't have them, you didn't get her up that morning at all?
Yes, I got her up to put her in my bed. But she was still sleeping.
So she was still, okay,
right.
She was still sleeping.
Remember what I told you? She slept in her room on her little pallet because she peed in her bed.
Okay.
So she got moved in my bed so she could be in the room with Jemiah, and they was all three in there when I left to go to my meeting. Okay. And I went to my meeting. My meeting was like 40 minutes. It wasn't a whole hour. So I went to my meeting and I had a coworker in the car with me who works at Goodwill, and she was in the car with me. And when we got back to my house, I got Jemiah in the car because I had to take her to school. I was getting ready to take both of them to school, but Jewel was not well enough to go to school. Is what I'm saying.
Okay, well, how'd you know she wasn't well enough to go to school? She was asleep when
I got back, like I told her, she was lethargic. She was weak. She was weak. There's no way I was going to let her go to school like that. Okay. Like, she was like weak.
Okay, I know, and that's what you told me.
Right. And this is what I'm telling you. When I got back home, Jamar got Jemiah dressed. And then when he got her dressed, we was trying to figure out, get Jewel dressed. And, he had to hold her head while we get her dressed because she was just so weak. And she didn't go to school. This is why she didn't go to school, because she was too weak. Mm-hmm. So she stayed home. She laid back down. No, she didn't lay exactly back down. Jamal picked up. He was walking around outside to give her some fresh air because that night prior we had to do the same thing to give her fresh air. Because I'm thinking this a regular asthma attack or a regular sickness from what she had been sick from all along prior. I'm not thinking nothing's wrong with her. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. How could I have known any of this was wrong with my child?
But, But that night before, you did call Tiffany.
And ask her what happened
right,
over there.
right.
Correct. You damn right I did. Because I felt as if something wasn't right. Like, I feel like her grandma not telling me something. And I'm not just trying to point. I'm not pointing no fingers. I told her grandma myself, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you're not telling me something. So, whatever, you know. Then, like I say, that morning, she wasn't right. She wasn't feeling right. Like, something wasn't right with her. But see, Jewel know when something wrong, and I say, you want to go to the hospital? Or you want to go to the doctor? She gonna tell me yes or no. But if I feel as if she need to go, I'm gonna take her. So, like I said, that morning, she was weak, lethargic, so I didn't take her to school. I ended up taking Jemima to school, but Jewel stayed there. She was still asleep. That's what Jemima told me. She was still asleep. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't have no what I'm telling you is, I didn't have no doubt to believe she wasn't asleep because when I was there, she was so tired. Right. So, so I went and took Jemima to school, dropped the girl off who was with me home, went to DCF. The whole time I'm at DCF, the people could tell you I was on the phone with the doctor, trying to get Jewel a doctor's appointment. Okay. They said, the lady said, let me get a nurse. She put a nurse on the phone, or whomever was on the phone with me, a nurse. And I'm telling her the symptoms that my baby having. She said, this is too much going on. Bring her right in. Mm-hmm. I left Department of Children's, went straight home. Soon as I got home, Jewel was still laying down asleep. She was still laying down. She was laying down on my bed. Right. So now, this is why I keep telling you, he had to hold her head while I put her clothes on, because she was so weak that, like, if she did like that, her neck could have broke or something. Okay, but didn't that concern you? That had you ever seen that condition before? Had you ever been that way before? Yeah, but not that bad. And that's why I said, fuck the doctors. I was finna put her in the backseat of my car and take her straight to the hospital. But the dude that was walking by outside my house, walking past, well, he know my baby daddy, so he usually come to my house. Okay. So he was walking up and he say, he knows my baby too. So he say, something wrong with you. I'm finna call, the 911. And he called them. And as he calling them, I think Jamar called them too. And he was on the phone with them and they was telling him what to do to Jewel, but he was like, he couldn't do it. I guess they was trying to basically tell him to do CPR, but he said he couldn't do it. Mm-hmm. So at this time I'm spazzing out anyways, because I'm like about to pass out because my baby had stopped breathing. Remember I told her she threw up and then her heart just seemed like it stopped because she had no pulse. This is why I say stop breathing, because she didn't have no pulse from when Donisha came down. Because James left. When he called the EMT and we were still sitting in the house in my front room, remember I told you I laid on both couches. Mm-hmm. He walked up. He said he came in and sat down for a second. Said he was going to call the EMT, call 911, whomever. He went outside. He couldn't take it. He couldn't sit there and watch all this was going on. He couldn't deal with it. I don't know. He just walked off. When he walked off, I didn't know he was trying to go get us help. He tried to go get us help. He went to Jamar grandma's house, which is like 5 or 6 apartments down, and got somebody. And who came down was Donisha Monkey. All right. And she ran down her. She said, "What?" Like she asking him what's going on. So she said she checked her pulse. This is who told me she didn't, she had no pulse, because she checked her pulse. I couldn't do it. And this is when the people pulled up. The EMTs pulled up. But there is no fucking way I could have known all that was wrong with my baby. I swear to you, is no way. How? How could I have known this? What I'm telling you is, my eyes ain't seen nobody touch my child. So I'm not finna sit here and lie to you and say somebody touched my child, because I would be wrong. Okay. What I'm saying is I don't know what happened. I need y'all to figure out what happened. Well, I'm telling you somebody did this to your child. I hear you, but I can't tell you who, because I don't know. Well, there's only 2 people in the house that night. Yeah, me and Jamal. Okay. And I didn't touch my child. He didn't either. I didn't see him do nothing to my child. If you didn't touch your child, then you need to stand up for Jewel, okay? But I'm saying she didn't deserve this. Okay, but you telling me to basically lie and say he did. I'm not telling you to lie about anything, okay? I'm telling you something happened, and I think you know what happened. I do not. You think I would be sitting here lying? You think I wouldn't sit here and if anything happened to my child, y'all be the first people I'm going to tell, because I want this shit to be somebody to be something. It ain't no love in the Mount of America that somebody finna just go over love for their child. Not me. You got the wrong individual. Because I cherish my kids. I didn't see nothing happen to my baby at my home. Nothing. Something was wrong with Jewel when I picked her up. something was already wrong.
Okay, no, you're
How?
Asia, you're not listening to me. The doctor said that wouldn't be possible. She wouldn't be able to walk around. She was over there walking around and playing. I got several people saying she was playing, she was walking around, she was getting her hair done. He said that wouldn't have been possible. With the injuries she had, it wouldn't have been possible for her to do that. She'd have been bent over in pain.
Exactly.
She'd have
From
been
a
bent over.
broke rib and all that, you damn right. But she wasn't doing this. This she wasn't doing. She didn't complain about anything, nothing. Nothing. Jewel ain't tell me nothing. Like I told you, she got home and she instantly, that's when she got sick. From my knowledge, she got sick because she was throwing up.
Something happened in your house over that night, Asia. Something happened.
You sitting here telling me something happened, but how you finna tell me something happened?
Well,
I didn't do nothing to my child, and I
okay,
won't let nobody
okay.
do nothing to my child, is what I'm saying, telling you.
You told me when you knew a couple of weeks ago, you said, I knew something was wrong with Jewel that night. That's what you told me.
Yeah, from how she was acting, something was wrong.
Okay.
From how my daughter was acting, something was wrong. But I have never known.
Okay.
What I'm telling you is, if you internally bleeding and something wrong with you on the inside, how I'm gonna know this? I'm not no fucking doctor. How I'm gonna know this?
You know what I found out though?
What?
Every time she's been sick before, you took her to the doctor and you took her to the ER.
Right.
So why didn't you this time?
Because they already had told me procedure, call her doctor first.
Who told you that?
The doctors, I called her doctor first. I called her doctor.
But if you thought there was something seriously wrong, you should have taken her.
I didn't think it was, that's what I'm telling you. There's no amount of money or nothing that would have told me that something was physically wrong like this. Hell no. No. Like, I'm thinking this is her sickness, like from her being sick. I swear to you, I don't know what the fuck happened. What all did he say? Like, when do I get the report? Like, what? When do I get these reports?
What report you want? I'm telling you.
From the medical examiner.
Yeah, you'll get one eventually. I don't know when he gets done with all the, you mean like a written report and everything? He'll give you one eventually. But I'm telling you, what he said is this, is when this happened to her abdomen, it was like getting hit by a car.
We got in a car accident.
That
do
night?
You think,
not
no,
that night.
Not that night.
No. This happened that night. Okay.
How?
And that's what I'm saying. That's what he's saying, the damage in here.
So where's her abdomen?
In here, in her abdomen, yeah, right there.
Here?
Right.
I swear to God, I don't have nothing in my body. I don't touch my child. I don't touch my child, and everybody else, they know I don't touch my child. I don't even play that. So what I'm telling you is, I don't know what happened. Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, I'm trying to figure out what happened.
Something happened that night. You see what I'm saying? I mean, something had to happen that night.
How long was she bleeding? How long was she internally bleeding? Did he tell you that?
What he can say is that the amount of blood that was in here that she'd bled out from was half the total amount of blood in her body. You understand what that means?
No,
it basically means that she was bleeding all night.
How?
She was bleeding out.
How?
Internally. Okay. Well, because the damage, the blow I showed you there, the blow that he's saying is like a car accident type blow to her abdomen. That's what damaged her liver and caused the bleeding inside. Okay. And once that started, all the blood's right here. It's all bleeding inside her right there. Do you know how painful that would have been? She had to be crying or something.
She didn't cry. I'm telling you, why? I don't want you to think I would lie about anything. My baby did not cry. My baby didn't tell me nothing was wrong. All my baby said is, Mommy, I'm sleepy. Mommy, I'm sleepy. She was even mad at me because I wouldn't let her go to sleep.
Because you wouldn't let her go to sleep that night?
No. Jewel was mad. I wouldn't let her go to sleep. She like, Mommy, I'm sleepy. All she wanted to do was sleep. That's it.
Just something happened. You didn't tell me.
It's not that I'm not telling you. If something happened, I don't know. We went to sleep.
What did Jamar do that night?
He went to sleep. We all was asleep.
What happened? James was over there that night too. He told me he was.
No, the hell he wasn't. If he was there, I was asleep.
He told me he was over there that night for a while.
If James was there, I ain't know it. James said he seen me.
Okay, so if you were asleep, something could have happened when you were asleep. Is that what you're saying?
No, but what I'm
saying is it possible? You're saying you were asleep, and if you didn't see him there, so
I
you
didn't
were
see
asleep.
James at my house.
Okay.
I didn't see James at my house the night before. No,
Okay.
I didn't. So that I didn't know about, and James didn't tell me that either. That he was at my house. I didn't know that. When my baby went to sleep, I went to sleep.
Okay.
And Jemiah was asleep. And from what I know, Jemiah laid down in my bed. Me and Jemiah was in my bed. Jules was in her room and Jemiah in her bassinet. All in right here.
And what time was that? Do you remember?
If I'd be lying if I tell you a time, I don't know. But it wasn't too much after her going to sleep. I do remember, like I said, I got up at like 6 that morning to use the bathroom. Then I checked on Jewel. And I usually when I check on her every night. I call her name or something and she'll say yeah. But she rolled over and looked at me. And I'm thinking she okay. But like I said, what I told y'all is the truth. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to sit here and lie about anything.
If you're asleep and you didn't see James there, then
right.
Something could have happened when you were asleep. That's what you tell me. It's possible.
I guess so. Cause shit, I don't know. I was asleep. So by you telling me James was there, this is you telling me he was there. Nobody had ever told me he was there.
Okay.
I ain't even know that. And I'm a hard sleeper. Not even that damn hard. Like, how did I not know he was in my house?
Let me ask you another question. About 6 o'clock on that Thursday morning, okay? You probably get up, getting ready to go to your meeting or whatever.
6 o'clock.
You didn't get up at 6, you don't think?
I jumped up like 7:45, 7:50, if not exactly 8 o'clock, because I'm not a morning person. But,
okay.
I had to get up every morning around that time anyway to take my babies to school.
So you weren't up at 6 then, you're saying? You're pretty sure?
No, remember when I said I got
No, I'm just asking. You're pretty certain you weren't awake at 6 o'clock?
No, remember I said I got up around 5, 6 to use the bathroom and I checked on her.
Okay.
And she was still sleeping in her bed. I mean, on the little pallet.
Okay, but I mean, you're not saying you don't know specifically what time. I'm getting to a point of something else.
No, I don't know specifically what time. I don't.
Jamar made a phone call that morning to the sheriff's office.
Right, he had a warrant. He had to turn himself in.
Why would he be calling at 6 o'clock on that Thursday morning?
He was calling. I do know. I didn't know. Did we both? I don't know what time, but when I got up, we both got up because both our phones was on alarm because he had to turn himself in. He had a warrant. And I was supposed to take him to turn himself in, but I guess you can't turn yourself in no later than 6 to make it the first appearance or something like that. That's what he called down there to find out, and I'm pretty sure I don't know if they record all their phone calls, right? Yeah.
So why would he be? I'm just saying, why was he calling that particular morning?
He was trying to turn himself in prior, really, but all this was going on, so I guess he didn't.
Mm-hmm. It just seems kind of unusual to me to make the phone call that particular morning. Mm-hmm. Would you agree?
You would think I'd be lying if I say no, only because he was trying to turn himself in that day before.
Okay. So you're saying he was trying to get the warrant taken care of?
Yeah, he definitely was, because they had already took Jemiah, and that's his daughter. So he was basically trying to get his warrant taken care of so he could come to court with me for Jemiah.
Oh, you're talking about after
right. Remember
right.
Jewel passed Thursday. They took Jemiah Friday. We had court Saturday. He was trying to turn himself in that whole weekend because he wanted to get it over to go to court. Right.
Okay, I understand that part. I'm just still saying, look at it from my eyes and look at the fact that he made that phone call on that Thursday morning. Would you agree it appears to be suspicious?
I don't even know the fucking thing.
I mean, would it seem that would kind of concern you? I mean, does it seem like that's kind of strange? Because see, I'm looking at this. All this is going on with Jewel, and he's making a phone call at 6 that morning. Okay, that's to me that's strange. Why that morning? Why is he calling that morning? I mean, I understand what you're saying about the morning.
Right.
You told me the other day you were at when you're at DCF. You remember your DCF? You're on the phone. You make the doctor's appointment, right? And then you said you called Jamar. You remember what you told me that Jamar told you? What?
I said, "Is Jewel all right?" I said, "Is Jewel still sleeping? She all right?" He said, "Yeah, hurry up and get here." But he that type of person.
But well,
like demanding.
But you told me that basically he said, "Hurry up and get there," because you both knew there was something wrong with Jewel.
We didn't see you taking something wrong with her as in this. We didn't know this. I didn't know this. We didn't know this.
You couldn't have known
I could exactly. What I knew was wrong with her was lethargicness. She was weak. She was tired. That's what I knew. What was wrong? Something was wrong. Right. That. But there's no way I could have known this. No way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
The other thing that bothers me is what you told me the other day about when you said that she told you that her ribs hurt. You remember talking about that the other day?
That morning when she woke up, she said, "This hurt."
Right.
She was pointing like stomach-wise, not like she was just pointing. She here, and it wasn't even her. It was. This is originally what happened. That morning, Jamal picked up. Remember, I told you he was walking around outside. When he first picked her up, he said, he asked her, "Does this hurt?" Something. He pointed at something, but I'm right here by him, watching all this. And he was like, "Does this hurt?" I don't know exactly what he pointed at. She said, "Yeah." But I don't know exactly. I shouldn't even have said lungs the other day because I didn't know that. And this ain't happened with me. This happened when she was in Jamal's arms.
Okay. Lungs are really not, I mean, that would be asthma. Honestly, there's nothing related to asthma that had anything to do with Jewel's death. Okay.
So explain to me one more time, please. Somebody hit her.
Asian. She was beaten to death, okay? That's what happened to your baby. She was beaten to death. These injuries, that's the only way they could have occurred. She's beaten, kicked, whatever. She's beaten to death.
But this didn't happen in my home. None of this had happened. None of this.
Asia, it did. It had to. Do you see what I'm saying? Why I'm saying that? Do you see why I'm saying that? Because the doctor's saying she would not have been able to walk around like she was walking at her grandma's house. It wouldn't have been,
but what I'm saying is,
possible.
Okay, boom, she got in the car with me. How can they say that? Yeah, when she got in the car with me, something was already wrong with her.
It's not possible. She wouldn't have been able to walk to the car. She wouldn't have been able to walk to the car with these kind of injuries. She would have been complaining. She would have been in excruciating pain. She would have been complaining about it.
Why wasn't my daughter complaining? Why didn't she say nothing? She didn't tell me nothing.
I don't think it happened yet. That's
so
why I said.
When do you think?
It happened at your house.
What I'm telling you is no one did. With my two eyes, from that night she passed to that morning, nobody did nothing to my child.
Well, you're saying you were asleep. You didn't know that James was over there.
Right. I didn't know that.
So that's what I'm saying. Something happened when you're asleep that you don't know about. Well, I know she had that real severe throat infection or whatever back in the fall.
After that, I don't have to. If y'all got her medical records, y'all will see how many times I took her to the doctor in the hospital and she was sick. So,
I know, and
so I don't. You making it seem like I'm lying about her being sick. I don't have to lie about her being sick.
No, I'm not saying you're. I'm saying that you. To me, you portray her as being like sickly all the time, and that's not.
She was.
Nobody else is saying that, though. I mean, they say at daycare, I mean, she's fine. She don't really have any asthma issues. I mean, they called you a couple of times, I guess, but other than that,
it's plenty of times she had been out of school from being sick, 2 or 3 weeks at a time.
Okay. I do. So, that is true. Yes.
So that's what I'm saying about her being sick. It wasn't all the time. Don't confuse me with saying that. But it got worse after she had that throat situation. It got worse like this year. Like she was like losing weight, like just all type of stuff. But she would miss weeks of school from being sick.
Right.
What's the symptoms of this stuff? Like what? Like you know what I'm saying? Like you understand what I'm saying?
He's saying it would have been painful to the fact that she would not have been acting normal.
This is what he's saying. Boom, I hit you, you gonna die, right? That's what he's saying?
No. This was not an injury.
See, that's what you got me feeling like. That's what you're saying. Like, you hit me so hard and then, like, I internally.
Over a period of time.
Oh.
It was not immediate.
So where was internal bleeding at? Her kidneys?
Her liver.
Her liver.
I showed you the picture where her liver had all the damage. That's what was bleeding. I mean, you can see it. I know this is graphic, but it's inside.
I don't understand it.
This is all damage to her liver, okay? And you have to understand that's from an impact injury into her abdomen. Something hitting her liver that caused this damage and initiated the bleeding.
I'm just saying, who would hit a 3-year-old that hard? Who the fuck would do something like that? That is excruciating. I don't understand it.
I realize that, and that's why it's.
I really don't.
I agree with you. It's very upsetting.
It's very upsetting because I don't.
She's a beautiful 3-year-old child.
I don't put my hands on my child. So for this to have happened to my baby, I don't understand it.
Well, that's why I say something else is happening. Something else went on that night.
That I don't know about.
Okay.
Because if they're trying to say something happened that night, I don't know about it. Because all I seen on my 2 eyes is my baby being sick and she went to sleep.
Okay.
And that's it. Now, anything else, I don't know. Like, it's no way, like, I don't.
What could Jewel have done that would have caused somebody to do this to her?
Nothing. My baby wasn't even no bad child.
Okay. Could have been something she did by accident or something?
I don't know. Shit, I don't know. She didn't do it.
Could you have done something to make Jamar mad? Is that possible?
No. And this is, you saying something happened that night and then you saying Jamar, but it's like he would never put his hands on my child. Like, I've never seen him put his hands on my child. Never.
I know what you're saying about that. But she had the busted lip back in March. And I know you've tried to explain that away, but I believe Jamar did that, okay? I know what you explained to me about the floss and her cutting her lip. I don't buy off on that, okay? That cut on her lip was somebody, popping her in the mouth, okay? That's what that was. That wasn't flossing or anything. I know that's hard for you to believe. I know you don't want to think that of him. It wasn't natural. It wasn't any kind of, it wasn't death from anything medically related. And do you understand what I'm saying about that? There was no.
How long was her liver like that?
Hours. Hours prior to death.
What's hours prior to death?
That's just what I'm telling you, within hours. And that's why he's saying that there's no way that she could have been up and walking around and not complaining, that she's in severe pain.
Remember I told you when she used the bathroom, she stood up, she was like dizzy.
Okay.
She couldn't walk. I told you that.
Yeah, you
and I laid in her bed, because she said she was sleepy.
And then there, the other injury that was significant was the rib injury, or the ribs were broken.
I don't understand that. That's what I don't understand. They didn't break her ribs when they did CPR? How is that excluded out?
Because of the location of where they were broken.
Where were they broken?
I don't want to give you that at this point. I'm going to let the examiner talk about that. But
why is that?
It wasn't in here where, CPR would be normally done around the heart, right?
I don't know. I never did CPR.
That's where the ribs would be broken. That's not where they were broken.
Where were they broken?
They were broken where there was another injury where she was hit. I'm saying somebody hit her and broke her ribs. hit her, kicked her? Do you think Jamar did this?
No, to be honest.
Why do you think that?
Because I've never seen him hit my child. Never. So for me to tell you, yeah, would be lying. You understand what I'm saying?
I mean, I see what you're saying.
Like, how can I
but
accuse someone of doing something when I never seen them touch my child?
So what you're telling me is you don't think he's capable of doing this. That's what you're telling me.
Hell no. Not to no child. Not to anyone. Like, a child, he love kids. Like, but I need them down here for questioning.
But
That's
you understand, he did hit you back in December.
I didn't see him hit me. But they say that I was
Asia,
unconscious.
I mean, come on. Diane was and saw it. Do you not believe Diane?
I didn't say that. Of course I believe her.
Okay. So you understand that he's capable of doing something like that. I mean, you have to understand he'd be capable because he did it to you. Correct? Do you not want to believe that he did it to you or what? I mean, what is...
No, it's not even that. It's just my baby.
Don't talk to Jamar too much about this till we find out more, okay? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Definitely. But what I'm telling you is I don't want you to bring her dad in here because he might do something. He don't need to do it.
What now?
I'm telling you, I don't know.
Well, I'm obligated really to talk to him and tell him how she died.
That's not going to be good. I'm just telling you what I know. I mean, you're welcome to talk to me.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I feel like, I mean, it's his child too.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So.
You're right. It's just, you're right.
But, I mean, I see where you're coming from.
You understand what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying. And I need to explain to him that I don't know who did this, but I need him as well as you to help me find out who did it.
Right.
But you're right. I don't need him to go doing something that he don't need to do. Exactly. Right. Has he been known to do that in the past or?
No, but that's my baby.
I know.
I swear. I can't believe this. I would have never imagined it. I didn't want to. If this what I was waiting on, I didn't want to hear it. I ain't even going to lie to you because I can't. This too much. To know that's what happened to my baby.
I know.
She was the sweetest looking. I mean, it was not bad at all. That's what I'm saying. For somebody
and everybody that I've talked to said the same thing.
Right.
She was a wonderful child.
For somebody to do this to my child. God don't have no mercy.
The ladies at the daycare loved her.
They
thought she was great.
Right. They did.
So anything you hear, you need to let me know. And
I will, but it's just like, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand.
What is it you don't understand? How that could happen?
Yeah. I promise you, I don't. Hell no. Like, I don't understand. Like, and I mean, it ain't that I want you to think, want you to feel as if Jamar did this, because y'all gonna feel how y'all want to feel, you know what I'm saying? But in my shoes, he never put his hands on my child, so to stomp and hit her, you know what I'm saying? That's appalling. Like, that's appalling to me. Because he loves kids, like, so it don't even sit right with me. Like, you understand what I'm saying?
I know.
It don't sit too tight with me.
Are you afraid of tomorrow?
No.
If you saw him do this, would you tell me?
Hell, yes. I didn't see him do. You think?
I'm asking. Sometimes.
I know you got.
But sometimes things happen.
If I saw him do that, you would have been know it. Just know that.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So if I ain't seen nothing with my 2 eyes, there's nothing I can tell you. But he never put his hands on my child before. To the day she died, all from what I know. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Something else I wanted to ask about that I forgot. There was some time, and this has been a few weeks ago, that Tiffany saw some bruises on Jewel. And did you tell Tiffany? You told Tiffany you caused them. It's like on her side and whatever, butt or whatever, spanking her.
No, from my knowledge, the day my baby passed, she didn't have no bruises.
No, this is previous. This is.
Oh no. Mm-mm.
You know,
I don't pop when I pop my baby, I pop on her hand. And I never hit my baby with anything because I know force or too much or something. You know what I'm saying? From as old as I am, I know what gonna call a bruise or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. No. Why?
Well, why would she say that? Why would you say that you told her that?
I told her what?
That you did it. You're the one that you caused the bruise.
No, I didn't tell Tiffany that. And I don't know what Tiffany's talking about. Tiffany just won't. I don't know what she been called. She just, I don't know. She never liked me, never did, and I care less because it's not about her, it's about my baby.
I think you're protecting Jamar, is what I think. I know you. I know it's.
Why would I protect him from what? What am I protecting him from?
I think he did this to Jewel, whether it was something.
I don't
okay, listen.
know.
Whether it was by something that happened and it caused this to happen out of anger or something, I don't know. But
hell no. Why would I protect him over my child? Hell no.
I don't know.
Shit.
That's why I asked you. That's why I asked you if he was afraid of him.
No, I'm not afraid of him. And if something happened, like you asked me, when you just asked me, if I seen him do this to my child, would I tell you? Yes. My child is gone and never coming back.
I know.
I'm not protecting him.
And
it ain't about him. It's about Jewel.
And you're Jewel's mother. You have
exactly.
to speak. You have to speak for her at this point.
And I'm speaking. What I'm telling you is all I know.
Okay. You mentioned something earlier that was important to me. I'm not going to tell you what it was at this point, but it's very important. But let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be willing to come back sometime at a later point in time maybe and take a polygraph exam to show you had nothing to do with the injuries to Jewel?
Yes.
And you think you do okay on that? You're telling me right now you had nothing to do with these injuries at all. You don't know it. You didn't see it. You don't know what happened.
So what caused her death? Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, we could do it whenever. I ain't gonna run from it for what? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I know, but that's what I'm asking. I mean, if it comes down to that, that's what.
I'm gonna take it. I ain't got nothing to lie about. Y'all will see.
Okay.
Trust me.
All right. Anything else you want to ask? Okay.
Oh yeah. When am I gonna get some reports? Like when am I gonna get her autopsy? For me.
Whenever the
investigation over it.
Whenever the medical examiner completes his report.
Oh,
They usually take a few weeks. So as soon as he finishes the report, he give it. And it's like I said, they're still waiting on the drug screen and everything, so that's going to be a little while too. That's a 90-day thing there. So that's why I know it takes 90 days because they have to send it off and get all that testing back. So I'm not sure if he'll wait for that or if he'll get you the report before that time.
Okay.
But
like I said, yeah, I do whatever it is y'all need. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what happened, and that's what I'm trying to figure out. I wish I was a fucking detective because I don't know what happened, and I need to know.
Okay.
I can't. I mean, I've been sleeping, but it's like when I say I can't rest, like I won't be okay till I know.
So that's the end of her police interview. Before I tell you the outcome, remember I've got the true crime video on my main channel, link is in the description, and I've got Jamar's interview coming tomorrow so you can hear his side of the story. As for Asia, she was sentenced to 10 years. Now, I don't know if she was involved directly with this pain that was inflicted on the child, but she wasn't there according to her. Do you think she's telling the truth? Her emotions seem to be genuine when looking at the pictures, but she's also culpable given the fact that her child was, well, in a lot of pain. She should have known. So comment anyway. Tell me, what do you think happened? See you tomorrow.